Free my nigga Malik, I call him, kill him.
Yo, what's up everyone? Welcome back to a brand new video. Today, we're gonna be unpacking. As I was packing my old room up, there was a box I ended up filling with nothing but Jordan 4s. And then as I moved on to the second box, I'm still filling it with nothing but 4s. I'm like, dang, my Jordan 4 collection is crazy. So as I unpacked, once I got to the boxes with 4s in them, I set them to the side because I wanted to make this video specifically for you guys. If you are new to the channel, welcome. But if you're an OG member, I think this is going to be a great way for you guys to kind of catch up and see some of the things that I picked up while I was on this 10-year hiatus away from YouTube. So, like I said, a dope opportunity to catch up while I unpack. In this video, I'm also going to give you guys an update on the Cloth House. That is the closet plus office plus warehouse space. If you didn't see my last video, definitely go back and check it out. The Cloth House is what we're officially going to dub this space. This space is intended to be, like I said, my office, my closet, and my warehouse space for my company, Consume. It's crazy because tomorrow I actually get a brand new shipment of new Consume gear. The nylon pants I actually unboxed on this channel. Go back and watch that video if you haven't. These are the pants here. We're going to be releasing in 2 separate colorways. So it's perfect that we're getting the room together to make space to have those organized in this room. But also behind me, we have the IKEA wardrobe that we set up. If you haven't, definitely go watch my last video. You guys will see me actually setting this up from inside the boxes to where it is now. Where we left off on that video was just empty shelves, not really having all my clothes and things situated. So let me give you guys a quick look at how I went ahead and filled the wardrobe with my pieces. And then we're going to get into the unboxing of the Jordan 4 collection. All right, so right off the bat, you all can see we went with the rack here. We added all of the sneakers. Originally, I had them facing to where the back was facing me. But I think having the side profile is a lot cleaner. When you do it this way, you can actually fit more shoes per shelf because if I wanted to, I can layer them and have a pair back there and then another pair back there. Versus if I had 3 with the back facing me, I couldn't actually get another pair in front of it. So like I said, I thought this way you could actually see the profile of the sneakers better and you can fit more this way, believe it or not. So that's that. Then we went on to the actual wardrobe set of things, and at the top you can see some of my hats. We've got some hanging clothes here. Down here, we've got some smell good. And then you see I've got this this really cool plate that right now I'm just using to hold like a lighter and some matches. But look at this plate, y'all. My girlfriend actually made this for me. She hand painted it to match the logo. I think she did a really good job. So yeah, I love this piece and I think it's dope to just have it where you can place anything. Something like, you know, keys, lighters, how I'm doing it. You can place anything in that, but that's what I'm rocking with it. Keeping it nice and clean up top, but here's the accessory drawer. Right now I just have just a few accessories. What I will say when it comes to this liner, the accessories don't really stick to the liner, so as you're opening and closing the drawer, they slide pretty crazy. I do think I'm going to upgrade to a tray that is intended for some of these pieces, so as you open and close the drawer, they don't slide in and out of place too often. But for right now, I think this is a cool little setup. But like I said, I do think I'm going to upgrade this to the tray that's specific for like different accessories. But right now, you see we just got a few things in here. Belt, wallet, some jewelry. Check this out. Another piece. We're always on brand, yo. I got these coins that my pops gave me after Kobe died. Rest in peace, Kobe. I think they look pretty dope in there, up there like that. Then we got 3 drawers at the bottom. This one's just going to be t-shirts. Right here, we're just going to do bottoms, like shorts and sweats. And then for the very last drawer, I'm doing knitted goods. So, you know, all my knitwear that will probably deform if you put it on a hanger. Just going to have those down there. And that's really it. Something I'm still debating is if I want to go with the wood hangers or if I'm going to go with the all black hangers. The sign placement for the Consume, I think it's super clean right here. I'm not going to lie. This was just like a placeholder spot. I wasn't intending on it actually being here. What I like about the position it's in right now, the wires are like virtually 100% hidden. And that was with no effort. I didn't have to do nothing to hide them. So when you look at it like this, I think it looks fire. But y'all let me know in the comment section below. Should I keep it here or should I put it on top of the rack? Literally just above, like right there. Keep in mind, the end goal for this entire wardrobe, these two frames are going to be, they're not going to be as visible as they are right now. We still have these doors that we have to put up. So these are doors intended for these two frames right here. It's a sliding door with a black frame and then white paper panels. I figured the black would go better with the black hangers. That's why I even considered those. But the wood is just such a classy finish. I don't know. It's hard to decide. Y'all let me know what y'all think. And stay tuned for, I guess, part 3 of the Cloth House, where I'm going to show you what the frames look like with doors on them. And then y'all can let me know if we should rock it like how it is now or if we should keep the doors on. All right, y'all. So like I said, I really never noticed how crazy my Jordan 4 collection was. And this is for me. You know, some of you all might have a way crazier collection, but I'm one of those people that, you know, at one point I only had a rotation of like 10 pair of sneakers. Like, I consider myself a sneakerhead for real. But I wasn't one of those sneakerheads that had 100 pair of shoes. I kept a rotation of about 10 clean ones, and I was super satisfied with that. So the fact that I have 14 pairs of the same sneaker, just a different colorway, is kind of mind-boggling to me, because I didn't come up this way. So super blessed to be able to even come to y'all and share this video with y'all here today. But with that being said, let's get right into it. In no particular order, we're just unboxing the collection. I'm gonna tell you guys some things I love about the pair, some things I maybe hate, and then we're on to the next. So right here, you can tell by the box, this is the latest Jordan 4 Thunder Retro. So one thing I wanna say, off the bat, it's crazy being someone where, it's funny because I'm showing my age now, but like in the past, right, when I got Jordans, like the first time I got these, right, it was a retro. But for me, it wasn't a retro because it's the first time I ever had it. So it's crazy being at an age now where you're buying shoes that you already had when you were younger. It's just crazy. It's just like what the OGs were doing when we were first getting into the sneaker game. Like, we would see a shoe for the first time, and this would be like our first time having it. But the OGs are saying like, man, I had those back in '99. So it's just funny where I can literally say like, man, I had these back in 2012. You know what I mean? Because I really did. So the fact that they retro and I was able to get them again, it's just a funny feeling. It just shows you like, man, we're getting old. This sneaker was retro 3 times in total. I had the original one, but back then I was probably a size 9.5. So I ended up getting rid of that pair. And, you know, maybe 10 years later, I was able to pick this one up. So I love this color block. This is one of my favorite colorways of the Jordan 4. The suede with the yellow, as you all can see, you know, we're on brand. So this is a perfect one to pop off, but like I said, this is one of my favorites as well. Whoo! We got an OG, man. So everyone went crazy for these, but I was on to these before they even retroed. So this is the original Black Cat Jordan 4, the pair that released back in like 2006. I ended up getting these on StockX, y'all, in 2019, as y'all can see. So these are more than likely real. I feel like back then they were super legit. Now StockX is questionable. But back then I didn't doubt that this was an official pair. So I ended up, like I said, buying these brand new back in 2019. This is a 2006 original Black Cat Jordan 4. And I think literally a year later, or maybe 2 years later, they retroed. And that was the pair that everyone went crazy for after they sat in stores for like 3 or 4 months. So I'm gonna tell y'all another funny story about these. When these originally came out in 2006, I wanted these, but they didn't make them in my size. And I remember at the very same time that these came out, the Sand 4s came out for women. And my sister ended up getting a pair of 4s, and I was so like hurt that I couldn't get these. And I ended up having to get like some Team Jordans at that time, because that's probably all that they were making in my size. It's crazy because I don't know how long Jordan has been making grade school, but when I was younger, like in 2006, there was no such thing as grade school. What are these? All right, this is a newer one. This is the newer military blue Jordan 4. The very first time I wore these, my mom spilled hot chocolate on them. I love these, but I will say, like, out of all of the retros, I'm not in love with how they did these. So what I do like about them, it does come with that newer Jordan 4 shape. And besides that, you know, I wish the hue of blue was a little different. This leather, how it's like this off color, I'm not in love with the off color of the leather here. If I had to rate these on a 1 to 10, I might give them a 7.5. But with that being said, it's a very clean pair. It's worthy to be in the collection. But if I had to rank them in the collection, they're probably down there, if I'm being honest. Next up, Red Thunders. Like I said, I love that Thunder color block. So to throw red, you know, Bulls red, like imagine these being an OG colorway. The people would have went crazy for these, bro. Like we're talking about something that Jordan could have actually hooped in. You know what I'm saying? Like these would have went nuts. This is actually one of my favorite pairs. But I will say the pair that I have is kind of ass. If y'all can see, the netting on the front is scrunched in. It's so annoying to the point I really want to sell these and get another pair that doesn't have this. And it's like that on both of the pairs. This one's not as bad, but y'all see what I'm talking about. I hate that. I hate that. But I love this shoe, man. Now, before we go any further, I will tell y'all right now, y'all are not going to see any White Thunders in here. I don't like the White Thunders. Those are not the best, even though they follow the same color block. But I pass on those. Now, let's say they did like a baby blue. Whoo! We'd be right back on the train, man. If they did a baby blue version, we will be right back. I'm trying to tell y'all. Next up, we have we got the breads. Not the leather ones either. The suede ones. So I'm not gonna lie. The years, I'm a little behind on my years, y'all. But so if the leather ones just came out, these are the ones that came out right before the leather ones. So I want to say maybe like 2019. But I didn't get these until a little bit more recently, and you guys would not believe how I got these. So during the Panda hype, the Panda craze, right? I literally traded 2 pair of Panda Dunks for a brand new pair of these. I have another pair of these. They are beat. So that's why this one is brand new on ice. I've literally rocked the other pair to the ground. When I'm ready to bring some Jordan 4 breads back out, I will be undsing these. But yeah, that's number 5. This might be a long video, yo. Next up, we have a pair of cool gray Jordan 4s. I feel like I have a story for all of my shoes. The story behind these are B grades. And it is noticeable. It is noticeable. If you look at the toe, this one to the left, whoa, crazy. Yeah. Like you see how that one's clean? You see how warped this one is to the left? So yeah. Again, I love this shoe. I probably should have maybe held it down until I could find an official pair. You guys can see like the blue stamp right there. Can you guys see that blue stamp? That's basically letting you know like these are B grades. And I'm sure you're wondering, how do you get B grades? I remember literally some random day in Atlanta, like one of our outlets had just so many pairs of these, right? And I remember the group that I'm in, everyone reselling these like that day, the day that they went and restocked. So I was gonna go down there and just go get a pair by myself, but it was a little too far out the way. By the time I got down there, all the pairs probably would have been gone. So I ended up just buying them off of somebody that went down there that day. And I didn't really inspect the shoe too well, but like I said, they were cool gray 4s. It was way after the release. Like whenever these released, they showed up in the outlets like maybe 2-3 years later, brand new. And at the time, you know, these were going for something crazy. And the price that I paid for these was probably half. So it was just like, it was one of those ones I've been had on the list. I could get a brand new pair for a steal. And that's basically what I did. It's obvious why these probably didn't pass the quality check or whatever made them B grades. But I can honestly say I've seen worse. I've seen worse on pairs that have made it. So, besides that, like I said, that crazy slant like that, look at him. Do I even have to? I mean, come on. Look at him. Look at him. If I didn't tell y'all these was B grades, would you know? But cool grade Jordan 4s, man. Come on. The next box has some bangers. In no particular order. How y'all want to start it? First Jordan 4 Lightning Retro. Come on, y'all. Y'all know how crazy these was. Before these retro, everyone wanted a pair of these. So the fact that these were so easy to get, these were a no-brainer for me. Like, I love this colorway. Yellow suede, the little gray. It's crazy because these and the cool grays kind of give me the same vibe. Like, this is like the reverse of the cool grays, to be honest. another Jumpman box. I'm just pulling this one out because we're on this yellow gray theme. What do y'all think this is? Woo! Tour Yellow Jordan 4s. Man, banger, wearable. I wear these, y'all. I wear these. These are not for show. I actually wear these. And as a matter of fact, these are going up here once we're done with this video because I forgot about these too, low key. And it's summertime now, so these are definitely going to be in rotation like crazy. These ones are one of the first ones that had the Velcro tongue. Y'all know we got the Undefeated 4s coming later this year, and they have a very similar tongue to one like this where you can pull the Velcro off and kind of place the label however you want. So, all right, we got 6 left. Let's run through these. One of the newer ones, Nike SB Pine Green Jordan 4s. This is the first Nike SB and Jordan 4 collab. As you all know, since these, we've had the navy ones, and then we've had a Friends and Family burgundy one. But this is the one that pops it off, and I honestly think this is the best one. I don't wear too much green, but when I do, I love to pair it with this sneaker. It's the perfect one, and I'm a sucker for gum soles. So the fact that they threw this on one of my favorite silhouettes, no brainer. I remember I was shooting a lookbook for one of my collections, and I wore this that day. And I will say I did a lot of walking that day. In hindsight, I probably should have wore a runner. But the fact that everyone said that these are like so comfortable and this and that, bro, that day, my feet were bruised. They're cool, but the way people are gassing them, like, oh, these are so comfortable, this, and that. I don't know. But let's follow that up with boom, the navies. Yes. And we have a 10.5. So if you guys saw my unboxing for this video, I actually won these in store when the skate shops released them. I ended up winning 2 sizes that weren't my size. Long story short, I sold the shoes, both pairs, and I ended up buying some bricks. So spoiler alert, some bricks are going to be showing here soon. But that left me without the Navy SB Jordan 4s. And thank God it did because they later released via exclusive access on sneakers. And I was able to get my size for retail. So it was a win, literally. I haven't wore them yet, but again, perfect for the summer. So this is definitely going to be a pair that I rock this summer for sure. We're going to be putting fits together on this channel. A whole lot of content coming, as y'all can see. So stay tuned for all of that. But we're almost done. We only have 4 pairs left. Next up, we have the Ama Manir Jordan 4s. What do y'all think about these? I like these. Obviously, I have them. I feel like these got a lot of hate, but I think this shoe is fire. Contrary to popular belief, yellow is not my favorite color. Purple is actually my favorite color. So I love that these have like that purple hue to them and that off white and black. Like I think just the contrast of colors on this shoe is kind of perfect. I haven't wore them yet. I actually threw in the laces that came on the Ahmad Jordan 1s on these because I think they look a lot better. But now that I'm looking at them, man, what am I waiting on? I need to wear these, yo. I don't know. I'm saving them. I'm saving them for a special occasion, man. But this is a super clean shoe, and the quality is nuts. I mean, just look at the liner. You don't get quality like this on a regular Jordan. So yeah, this is a fire shoe. Gotta wear these soon. Next up, we got the Union Jordan 4s. Man, this is a banger for sure. This is one of those pairs that I went back and paid resale for, but I love the colorway on these. I love the shape. I love everything about these, if I'm being honest. The extra lace choice, just everything. Nike Air. This is a fire Jordan collab. You know, Union usually kills it. They're one of those brands, just like Ama, who has had, you know, so many Jordan collabs. You know, it's hard for all of them to be fire. But for the ones that were really top tier, this is one of those ones that was really top tier. I don't know. Y'all let me know in the comment section below. What's y'all favorite Union Jordan collab? So that is going to do it for all of the Jordan 4s that I had packed in those boxes. But that's not going to do it for the entire Jordan 4 collection. As you all know, there have been some newer releases that came out. White Cement, Jordan 4. Not too much I can say about these. I will say, when it comes to this retro, they fit kind of big. I don't know if I'm the only one that is experiencing this, but this is one of my only size 10.5 shoes that are like, whoa, he's a little roomy. I wish for this retro, they did like a reimagine where they actually put some buttery leather on these. The Tour Yellows, for example. Look at this leather compared to this leather. This papery leather that they went with, I'm not a fan of. I actually had, I think, the 2012 retro in these, and it reminds me of the same leather. And those creased horribly. Like, I remember like after my first wear, I had the nastiest crease. Especially like for us flat feet people, on the inside, when it's just bad leather, they just look terrible. I am happy to have another pair. There's a lot of Jordan 4s that came out this year. I've already shown you guys 2 pairs that have come out this year alone. Here's the third, the Brick by Bricks by Nigel Sylvester and Jordan brand. Oh my goodness, these are so fire. Like, and if you haven't noticed, the price just keeps going up. So like I told y'all, I paid resale for these. I'm happy I paid resale when I did, because if I tried to say, you know what, now I'm ready, I will be paying probably $100 to $200 more than what I paid when I just said F it and just pay like, I think like $550. I was like, F it, let's just cash out. Now you're looking at $650, $700, which is crazy for these. But man, I'm not gonna lie, they fire. Are they worth $700? No. I'm really at the point in my life where I'm kind of done with Jordans, y'all. Like, I really don't want to be buying all the new Jordans. I want a diverse sneaker collection. Like, right now, I'm embarrassed at how many, like, Nikes and Jordans we have. Although I love Jordans, you will never hear me saying Jordans are whack, Jordans are overhyped. You know, there's always going to be a lane for Jordans in the sneaker game. But with that being said, I want to go into, you know, other sneaker. Like, I don't want to just be wearing Jordans all day, every day. You know what I mean? I want to have a more diverse collection. So this summer, I want y'all to look forward to more videos like these, but also to more videos where I'm just, you know, picking up something different. I don't really want to, I want to put y'all on this stuff, and I want y'all to put me on this stuff. So in the comment section below, put me on to something different, man. What's some fire sneakers out here, man? Let me know. And I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for the next video. Until then, peace.